So walk me through this scenario. I'm watching the podcast, listening to the podcast. I come across you. My credit's like 510, right? I click the link. You know, I'm on a consulting call with TaylorMade. And how would you help me take my 500, get it fixed, and then get access to capital? Walk me through that scenario.
Got you. So obviously, I mean, everybody hate this one. It depends on what's going on with them, but let's just say they just troubled. They just had some collections on there, maybe a couple of medical. Most people have collections on it. That's what it is. Some old debt. It's collections, maybe a couple of late payments. So everybody's going to pretty much go through the same process as well. It's the same thing, right? So the whole goal is to clean the credit. You know, whatever it takes to clean the credit, get the credit clean. 0 negatives. You follow what I'm saying? We don't want no negatives on there. So whether that takes you 3 months, whether that takes you 3 years, that's the goal. Because you can't even get to leveraging. It's like a light switch being off. If you got a broke light bulb, you have to go and change the light bulb. You can't get no funding until we change that light bulb. Yeah. So we got to go take those negatives off. So we're going to specialize a plan into getting it off. And then nowadays with like the strategies and all that stuff, credit is really fast. Like if you're doing credit sweeps, and there's many different ways to do sweeps, legal sweeps, you can get credit pretty clean pretty quickly, man. Like 30 days, 60 days of things, 90 days of things are actually taking some time. But you formulate a plan. So you're really formulating a plan. It's not about the credit cleaning. It's really about, let's talk about that mindset. Let's talk about what you're going to do with this money. How much money do you need? Like, okay, let's talk about what you need to have set up in place. Because sometimes I'll tell people, I got these, like I said, in the program, you need to set up these accounts. It's going to help you get more funding if you have relationships with these accounts before we go into funding. And then people will rebuttal like, well, what do I need that? Like, I'm teaching you, you follow what I'm saying, why you need this, why you need multiple accounts. You don't just want to bank with one bank. You need multiple. You follow what I'm saying? So it's about structuring a plan for those clients, right? To go, it's a blueprint, like I said, to go in, and once you get everything set up as far as the relationships, okay, now we got 5 to 7 relationships set up, and you can get 25 to 50,000. You're able to go in, especially if you're going just for blanket credit cards. I mean, like I said, you're gonna get fly by night results. You follow what I'm saying? So you section it out, you build your relationships up, and it's not a 30-day process. So you're going in, you're understanding that this process is gonna take time because you got to redevelop your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get access to this capital, it's the worst thing for you to do is get it quick. So if you didn't have the right mindset and you actually do get your credit fixed in 14 to 30 days, and then now you're able to get 50,000, what would that do if you didn't have that extra time to actually learn those things? You follow what I'm saying? So it's about that education. So that's one thing we provide as well, like being able to educate you and like, hey, look, you got the debt, understand the cost of the debt, understand the difference in products. You don't got to just go get credit cards. There's so many different types of lending. You follow what I'm saying? So educating, that's the biggest thing. Just emphasizing that this education, this is a journey. Because you're not, like I said, this is a snapshot. 90 days is not the end of your life. You're going to live to 80, 90 years old. You need to be thinking about longevity. You follow what I'm saying? Leverage this credit, learn strategic ways to put it in things that build over time. And that's basically just assets and whatnot. That's what always sends back down to real estate with me, because it's a simple asset for most people to get into. But like I said, that's the blanket state. We want to like get everything clean as far as your credit. Make sure now if your credit, you got 510, but you don't have a lot of accounts, you got 3 accounts. Yep. We need to get you over 10 accounts because you need a thicker profile. You follow what I'm saying? You go to the bank with 7 accounts, you're going to get some money. 5 accounts. But if you go to the bank with 10 plus more, you go to the bank with, average age, and the Credit Karma is a good one because everyone has Credit Karma, right? And the credit factors are there. It tells you right in plain sight. If you actually hit the I on Credit Karma, bro, that's actually how I learned a lot of basic credit game from Credit Karma. Like, okay, keep utilization under 9%. Solid, right? So then you see your credit score up. You want to be in the green on every one of those categories.